Segues are weird. Segues are really weird. Assuming Pep Guardiola is still at the club on Sunday.
Or if there's still a club. I
There's
mean,
still
you never
a
know what
club
might
in the
come out
Prem.
tomorrow.
They could
it's
get relegated.
League 2 on Sunday.
League 2 on Sunday.
It might come out that City, was behind the Kennedy assassination, the Berlin Wall, and who knows what else at this point. The one about the girl having coins, a cup of coins,
Coins
still is hilarious. That's just soccer hooligans 101. Like, come on.
Fantastic. So, Lewis, what are we thinking, man?
4-1.
4-1. Stadium.
Ooh.
Well, I'm looking at Villa.
On Martinez, you're gonna get 4 on him.
Oh, well, because he's going to play De Bruyne. He's going to play He's going to play his normal team.
Think so.
He's going to play his normal team, and that normal team will play against Arsenal as well. And Villa scored every time they played City at home. And Villa City games are generally close, so I think it'll be 2-1 for a little while. And then 2 goals will pop out, and the scoreline will make it look bigger than a bigger margin than what it actually was.
I've been hearing a lot of different things this week in the build-up, talking about how maybe it's time for Pep's tinkering to kind of you just put that to the side and stick with what they know, what they've been good at this season, and what's been working this season. Haaland has 25 goals for a reason. Get back to that and stop tinkering. What do you think? I mean, I agree. Like, Kevin De Bruyne should be in. Should be the best that he can put out there. But I think it's time to drop Jackie Grealish.
Nope, he'll play him for sure in this game.
Oh, he has to. It's 100 mil.
He's
100 mil. He's
1,000%
playing.
It's also Villa. It's also Villa.
Excuse,
He's gotta play him.
the same excuse that we've been using for a season and a half. He's 100 million.
Yes. Do you not remember when you texted me almost every game last season and said, I do not understand how Timo Werner is still starting for your squad underneath Thomas Tuchel? And I said, look, it's $70 million. He's got to play. He just has to. This is City's issue with Jack Grealish. They spent 100 mil.
Timo.
They're playing 100 mil. Unpopular opinion, I would take Timo Werner over Kai Havertz every day of the week right now. Every day of the week.
That just makes sense. But where's Phil Foden? He's been missing since the World Cup.
Foden, I don't think Foden and Pep are getting along.
And he was hurt
no.
before that. I think he's on the bench in this next game, but for sure, I think he's going to play Grealish, Haaland, and Alvarez across the top. It'll be Gundogan, De Bruyne, and Rodri in the middle. You'll play Walker, Laporte, Ake, and Akanji.
No Lewis. Really?
Nope.
Interesting.
I think Lewis.
Lewis, do you think Foden looks for a way out this summer?
Nope.
You don't think
Does
so?
Haaland?
Well, Foden is, and I'm gonna just be honest because it's kind of weird. Foden has been quiet and reserved, and he's really been that humble guy. And if you watch like the process he's gone through, there was a process where he was in really good form, and fans were clamoring for him to play, and he never said a peep. He ignored it when people said it. And then when he got to play, he did what he's supposed to do. When he got in trouble for one of the international breaks for what was a prostitute or whatever it was, he got in trouble for, and they kicked him off the team. He just kind of kept his head down and did what he's supposed to do. He seems like, like that kind of down to earth, humble guy. And Pep really likes him. I think there's a thing where certain guys like that stick around. For example, De Bruyne hasn't played, and if Pep was willing to do that to basically the best player on the team, Foden can never think that he's above anything. Because I think about it, like all of us, I mean, I wasn't terribly shocked, but all of us were like, why didn't De Bruyne start that last game? Because he hasn't been informed. Nobody wants to call it. He hasn't been informed. He's been playing poorly this year. And he has 11 assists, and he's been playing poorly. Just imagine that. But that's what it is. And so if Pep is willing to sit him down, then what can Phil Foden say? This is why Cancelo is looked at like he's crazy, because how can you imagine to think that you should be on the team on the pitch getting regular minutes when Kevin De Bruyne, who is clearly the talisman of the team, is sitting next to you, And so because of the case, that's the case. And Pep showing so much patience but given the Foden starts over, he picked Foden over Jesus and Sterling. There's no way Foden goes anywhere because of that. And Foden, he's a worker. I think he plays in this game, but I think he comes off the bench. It wouldn't shock me if he started, but I think he's on the bench. Grealish will start, and I don't know why, because everyone will say he played really well, and I'm like, you know what? Getting 1,000 fouls and producing nothing is not playing really well. You've produced no product. You didn't make any big chances. He takes guys on. I thought they would play him in the middle of the park, and they didn't. He's not a winger. And Pep knows more about football than I've been alive. But you still can. He's human, so he's fallible in the sense that I think it is in his head that he feels like he can make Jack Grealish good, the same way he kept playing Sterling. And it took a long time for him to not play Sterling, as Sterling was missing the dang goal all the time. Chelsea, I'm glad Chelsea bought that, and Chelsea can see exactly what Sterling is. But I think Foden stays, and I think City wins 4-1, and they get ready for the game that they're going to draw against Arsenal, because I don't think they'll beat Arsenal. I think they'll draw that game as well.
Ooh.
We'll definitely get a preview of that on Monday after all these.
Spicy, yeah. Spicy.
But I pretty much agree with most of what you're saying. I said it would be 3-1 to City. I think they're just going to be, they're going to be upset that they kind of miss an opportunity. And I don't think that it's one of those things where, you don't want to be the next team when they have a blip. You don't want to be the next team. And I think City are just going to dominate this game. So I said 3-1.
I hate doing this to you, Jake, but I agree. I think that City ships one, but then you get a brace out of Holland, and then maybe a goal on like a free kick or something like that. But I think City's in control completely.
You think Holland has a resurgence game here? He hasn't scored.
I think he gets a brace.
He's on the dry spell right now.
Anybody that's scored 31 times in all competitions this season.
Look at who this man has scored against. Nottingham Forest, he got 3. Wolves, he got 3. 18 of his goals are from the bottom of the league. Bottom of the barrel. Cristiano Ronaldo, Al Nassr scoring 4 in a game. Bottom of the barrel.
Hey, it doesn't matter. My man is getting paid.
A goal is a goal.
And he's doing it over and over and over and
it's
over.
Inflated is what I'm saying. There's a such thing as there is a
padding stats, yeah.
Exactly. And that's what they did in those 6 games. He has the majority of his goals.
Look, man, all of this City shade, all of this hate that's just coming out because it's so easy is ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me. It's just straight up hate us because they ain't us. If Erling Haaland had tapped in 25 goals for Chelsea this season, you would be in his ass. You would be up his butt so much. You would have 4
top of the league
on your wall right now. So don't try to take away anything from the fact that he's smashing all the records in the league. No, I don't.
He's got to finish. He's got to finish this. He ain't smashed anything. And I told y'all this. And I told y'all this at the beginning of the season. Quote me on it. Go back and watch the film. Every striker since Drogba and before, Rooney and Henry, always had their first league, their first run in the season in the Prem, always had a trajectory, the same thing as Aaron Haaland's. And what does it do? What does it do? It plateaus.
Score.
My man ain't gonna score goals like that the rest of the season.
Maybe he's got to play all them bottom feeders again. He's got to play everybody again. All those.
And he's off his game because
he's
City
already in all them goals again.
And there's already this huge cloud over him, not fitting in, not scoring goals.
It's all
One
noise.
out because of all this city drama. Pep wants out because of all this
All
city
noise.
drama. It's
all
mental.
noise. Look at all the drama. Look at all the BS. And if Arsenal weren't having the best season in their entire history, City are first on top.
Mhm.
And look at all the BS.
Not after they take them points away.
I'm just saying, man. All this noise. City are having a bad season. It's a transition year, and they're in second place, crushing everybody. Come on. And they've already beat Arsenal this season. Like, let's let all this. Oh, City are done. City are finished. All this.
I'm not saying they're done. What I'm saying is look at where Ian Holland is getting this name and this clout from. It's from Forest and Wolves.
We
Are
would
you
all-
seriously
we
going to
would-
back your
we would all
season?
love- we
I
would all-
still don't care. It's
I've
3
seen-
goals in a match.
It's
3 goals
against
is 3.
Forest. Like
I
at the
don't
time,
care.
Forest.
You lost
Forest,
1-0 to Forest, bro. You lost 1-0 to Forest. Who's gonna score?
Right.
You didn't score against Forest. You didn't
right?
score
And
against
I've
Forest.
screamed that we need new management and partly new ownership since that's happened. That didn't happen under Tuchel. That didn't happen
New
under
ownership.
Roman.
You can't hate on the man for scoring goals against anyone when no one in your
I'm
side.
saying if you're gonna quote my man being the best striker ever,
I
look
didn't
at where this is coming from. He
Marcus
can't score in big games.
Rashford is the best striker ever. You watch your mouth.
Holland has yet to score in big games against big clubs. If he can't do that, he'll plateau, which is exactly what I said was going to happen in the beginning of the season. Just like I said, we were only going to take 5 points out of January, and what did we do? We took 6.
Yep, you were wrong then.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was off by 1. That's not a good thing.
I think that all this noise about Holland messing the team up, and I think when he scores a hat trick versus Leipzig in the Champions League,
No
it's
one
gonna shut everybody up. No one's gonna care about any of it when they're smashing people in the Champions League. Doesn't
I
matter.
mean, my point to this is, and I know that I started this argument, so I apologize. City still has scored 53 goals this season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got 25 of them, but City still knows how to score. And I'm not going to sit here and praise City because I'm a little bit down on them right now. But him getting 2 against Villa, I don't think that's asking a lot, honestly, especially with them working towards the Champions League now. Like this whole, tinkering and this whole, oh, well, what's the lineup this week and this, that, and the other. It's got to stop, and it's got to come down to your talent and your coaching is where you start to win games. And City still talent-wise, top to bottom, except for maybe Akanji, are probably better in every position still in this league. I think Arsenal's got some players that have great arguments, specifically Odegaard. Odegaard's been incredible, but it's hard to also say I'd play him over KDB just because
That's still
KDB's that good.
Yeah. Even having a shit season, even not being his best, I would still think long and hard on that one.
Yeah.
And probably pick KDB, to be honest with you. At the end.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I would probably do the same. It would be a very difficult decision, but I would probably do the same. You play Zinchenko over Akanji, I think, but other than that, maybe Saliba over right now Laporte. So what's that? 3?
I don't know. Would you play Saliba over Diaz? I might. I personally might, but I don't think Lewis would.
That's a tough one.
I mean, I'm putting it like this: the guys in City, because they have 5 center halves. Yeah, I think they have 5. Yeah, it's 5. They have 5 center halves. It's hard to get consistency and form for that. I mean, Stones, when he was in there, what did they call him, a Rolls Royce of a defender? And Stones and Laporte play very well together. And Laporte is probably one of the best passing center halves in the league. But he doesn't play consistently. So there's that. I mean, Akanji is a pretty good center half, but I mean he just got there, so he's learning. Yeah. So that you kind of have to move from there. Ake has been amazing.
Oh
in
yeah.
what he's been doing,
One,
and
right?
he's not a left back, but he's been playing there. Diaz, I mean, when he gets regular playing time, he's one of the best center halves in the league. I mean, but again, and if we're talking about form right now, then I don't even know who would start. So I'm not gonna pick anybody over anyone in this case, because like I would have picked John Stones, but Stones is not there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now
What
it's
a blow.
like, hmm?
What a blow.
Yeah, but I think they're deep enough, man. Because I think if you play Diaz and Laporte, because they played well together, that will work. But then you don't want to take Akanji out, because Akanji, while he's not company, you can see where he has a little bit of that sort of leadership mentality that company had, where he's a little bit of a risk taker. He's a ball player,
I thought he
and
was good against Tottenham.
and so I look at them and I say, well, you don't even know where the players play in City, because Pep prefers to have 11 midfielders. So
I'm still waiting on Foden at left back.
Yes.
When's that happening?
Foden at left back.
I think he'll play left back, and Ederson will play.
When Potter goes to City, Foden will play left back. That's when Foden plays
That's
left
true.
back.
That's
When
true.
Potter goes to City, that's when Foden plays left
See,
back.
that's why we need to buy Foden, so that we can finally
we
have
just
the
have a
right
left back.
back.
Yeah, so you'll have James on the right and Foden on the left instead of Cuckoo.
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, I think I'm loving the league. I mean, I'll be honest, some of the luster on the Arsenal game is a little gone, because without the distractions, this league fixture would have been one of the biggest in the last few years, like on the level of when City and Liverpool were going at it. And I think a lot of that got taken away because of this. And I don't know. I feel like now it's people are gonna be there for the spectacle, and they'll focus on whatever allegation they choose to make up as the thing City did wrong. So, because it's funny, we talked about it a little bit. Nobody really knows what the allegations are, but you hear what the punishment is without knowing the allegation. That's like saying, you know what, you're going to court and you're going to get life in prison, and you're like, but what did I get charged with? It doesn't matter. You're going to get life.
It's so funny too, because it's like a lot of the things that I've read are like the other teams, like the other owners want this imposed on City, or want this replication for cities. And I'm like, bro, those are brutal. Like if 10 owners got together and were like, no, let's relegate City, like that's brutal.
But I mean, think about it. That we already know that happened, because when when they all signed that letter, I think it was it was like 15 teams signed a letter to have City punished. It's not a secret that the other owners hate the owners of Manchester City. It's not even a secret. It's obvious. And the fans, and they're fanatics, right? They just say, hey, we're just gonna jump on this. And the funny thing is that it is, I mean, I can respect it for just the fanaticalness, but I mean, at some point, are we gonna ever look at it? And so the thing is that means that either people feel they are completely immune from something like this happening, or they are daft enough to believe that their team doesn't do anything. And anybody who believes their team doesn't do anything, I have a bridge to sell them wherever they sell bridges in the sand.
Yeah.
No, man, I'll give you the deed to the Golden Gate Bridge. Just come see me.
Well, I was gonna say it's sort of like everybody talks about Chelsea having racist fans, and they do. I'm not gonna argue against that by any means, but you start to hear about these racial abuses against Vinicius at Real, or get Sterling at Chelsea, and it's a soccer wide thing, but there's not the big deal made about it like it is when it's Chelsea involved. And this is the same thing that's happening with City now. A lot of this is nothing. I mean, it truly is nothing, but it's because City has owned the league for the most part for the last 5
Since
years.
those owners pretty much came in, yeah.
Has owned the league for the past 5 years, and they've upset the apple cart of, Liverpool and Man United. and the FA, who loves to protect them, this is unfortunately what's going to happen. I mean, Chelsea saw it with Gail Kakuta, and had to take a transfer ban. But they did the same thing that every other team in the Champions League did in terms of trying to recruit young talent. But Chelsea got caught, and Chelsea was winning, and Chelsea was at the top, and so Chelsea took the brunt of it all.
Man City got caught for the exact same thing we did. It was literally page for page what we did. Man City got caught for as well.
And then and then add some in.
Now it's like,
Yeah. Well, all that being said, are Villa gonna beat City, Patrick? Please tell me.
No.
Yes, they will. You're saying 3-1 Villa. Good.
No. I'm saying 3-1. I'm saying 3-1 City.
Patrick says Villa are going to win. I'm going to put that down. Good.
Again, I had to go against the grain. I have to go against the grain here to catch Patrick. I don't care if I lose points now. I have to catch my man. I'm going to go 1-0 Villa.
Oh.
I'm putting that
Screw
down.
it.
You're
1-0 Villa. I know. I call it 1-0 Villa.
No way. There's no way. Like, you must be talking to Ivan Toney or something.
Nah, Unai Emery is just going to pull it out.
Unai Emery.
The Emery bounce. Yeah.
We believe in valid truths. Yeah.
Valid truths. I like
Valid
that.
Valid truths.
Yeah. Yes.
As long as they're valid, they are truths.
we support valid truths here.
We support valid truths.
Yeah. Well, I think valid truth is a good spot
That's
to
a
go ahead.
great way. Yeah.
Wrap up on it here. We're almost at 2 hours. It has been a wonderful evening, wonderful discussion. It's been the fourth
drama
podcast. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get the notification bell on for plenty more videos coming at you. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and have a great night.